In Photoshop, you can modify the colour as well as brightness, etc. using adjustments. You can apply that to the entire image, but you can also apply it to a localised part of the image, such as the face. How to do this in Photoshop, PC or Mac. The key thing, adjustment brush tool. You can find that in the tools panel, so go over here and select that. If you can't find it, you need to go to the three dots and then edit the toolbar to find the adjustment brush tool. Once it's selected, along the top you will notice you've got a number of adjustments. By default it will be brightness and contrast. You can change it, there's lots and lots of options. So click there and you can see you've got levels, curves, exposure, vibrance, all those. You can use them once or not at all. Okay, let's just go through with brightness and contrast at first. So just apply it and you can see I'm applying it to the face. I can also apply it to other parts of the image, so just drag down there and you can see the brightness changes, and you can carefully apply the brush stroke and maybe add it there and so on. As you do it, the brightness changes, and how it's controlled is here in the properties panel. All the panels here shown can be found in the window and layers, properties and brush settings. If I want to modify now what I've applied, maybe make it darker, all I need to do is go here to properties and then click here and drag, and you can see all the parts that I made really nice and bright can now be a lot darker by reducing that down. You can also change the contrast as well. What you can also do is you can add additional layers. You don't have to just go with brightness and contrast, you can apply another one. How to do that? You need to simply change it here. Just click here and then go down, say to levels, and click levels. Now when I apply my brush, the adjustment brush tool, it will create another layer, adjustment layer. So click and drag and apply, and you can see as I do that it will change and tweak the image again. Exactly the same as before, there's a properties panel, and the properties panel gives you options to change various things. Just go over here to the properties and I can then go here to the output levels. I can just tweak this, so you can see as I change that, the image where I applied the brush stroke is now changing. So I can just reduce that down and also increase this. So you can tweak the values via that properties panel. There's a lot of options in each of these various properties for adjustments. So let's just undo. I can simply remove them. They're layers. You can delete layers. Any layer can be deleted, so I'm just going to set it back to start. So just delete it. If you just click the delete, it will just delete the layer mask, which is probably not what you want. To actually delete the whole thing, simply select the layer and then drag onto that trash can or bin. And again, do exactly the same, select it all and drag it down again onto that delete, and they're gone. Go back over here. Instead of brightness and contrast, I'm going to use, say, hue and saturation. Select that. Again, I've got the adjustment brush tool selected here, and I can apply. And you can see as I apply that, I've got this orange effect. Now obviously what can happen is you can just change it here. So instead of that, I can go here and I can make it say green. I can just modify the hue, all those sort of things, but it's just local, just to that part of the image. If you go over here to the layers, you can see you've got this little thumbnail, and that's the mask that's being used. And you can see as I apply the brush, it adds it here. So you can see it just adds it there. If I click again, adds it a bit more, adds it there, and so on. You can remove it at any point, either deleting it or go to edit and fill. Go to edit and fill, and you'll notice that the most of the image is black. What you need to do, set the contents, set it to black and click OK, and then it's gone back to the default. Nothing has been changed. Again, I can just apply, so let's just again go to the adjustment, and there it is, and apply it again. And you can see I can just apply it and maybe just change the face to green, something like that. Now you might think, but I've applied it, I want to remove a particular part of it. I've made a mistake and I want to change part of it. Maybe around there, just want to change that. What you need to do, you've got plus, we'll add it. So plus, where I'm at, you'll see that adds. go to the minus, click there, and as soon as you do that, you can apply and then you will remove. So yeah, it just completely goes straight away, just apply it like that. And again, you can go around there, maybe just remove parts of that, maybe there, you want just part of that part to be green or red or blue, etc. And you can again change that, maybe make it slightly redder, obviously. So there are the options there, the plus and the minus. Really useful, worth checking out. What you can also do is you can use different brushes. I'm using here a soft round. That's the default brush that the adjustment brush tool will use. You don't have to continue with just that. You can go and select any of the options here, all loads of various ones here. But a really good option, I think, is to go over here to the brush settings. So brush settings, you can see all the brushes that you can use, the various brush dabs that you can use. You might decide you want, say, some spots or something like this, and you can see the effect there of that brush. I'm just going to change the spacing, and now when I apply it, you can see what happens. You end up with this obviously slightly spotty design. Again, let's go for plus. I was obviously just removing, so now I want to add to it. So again, I can apply this, and you can then very rapidly apply some dots across the image. Again, this adjustment is still modifiable. Just go to properties, and you can then tweak it, maybe make a green design like that. So any of these brushes can be selected. Also, all of the other options, the shape dynamics, the various things like here, textures, all those things. Now, color dynamics, you can notice there's not any options for. So some options here have got very limited settings for this brush, the adjustment brush tool. Okay, so we've got this. You can add more than one. You don't have to just go with this one, which is the hue and saturation. You can go with maybe black and white. Have that one, and also just change it. All you need to do is go down here to black and white. Now when you apply your adjustment brush, and I'm just going to apply it, and again it's using the same brush, exact same as before. It doesn't change the brush back to the soft round. It will just default to the same brush that you're currently using. So you can see now you get this lovely black and white effect, and you can obviously apply it. Now I'm using a mouse, but you could use an art pad and pen, of course, and apply it with a bit more care. And also you can modify various things such as the opacity as well. So let's just reduce the opacity down there, and now apply it like this. And as you do it, it's going to be a lot more subtle, the change, because you've reduced it down to 22%. If you want it back to 100% and apply, now you can see then you get that black and white effect applied like that. And again, you can see the result over here. Perhaps you think, I want some blurriness to this. Well, what you need to do is make certain you select this. This needs to be selected. Then you can go to any of the filters and apply various effects. Now, there may be some filters that are not available, but there are many that are. So you can go down there to filter and blur and Gaussian blur, say, just to create a blurring effect to that adjustment. So this time, let's just increase it to say 43 and click OK. And now you've got your obviously black and white adjustment applied, but now it's blurred. You can see it's blurred in. You can barely make out the brush strokes. It is still black and white there. You can see the effect. Now, if I continue to apply the brush, and I'll just apply it now, you can see that is not blurred. It's only the effect that was applied to that original brush strokes. The new ones are untouched with that blurriness. So you can just quickly add additional ones. You can blur it, then apply more, maybe blur that or apply different distortions, etc. to your adjustment brush there. Again, if you want to delete the adjustment layer, simply select the whole thing and just drag down to the trash can or bin at the bottom, and it's gone. What you can also do is apply exactly the same but using other brushes. So the adjustment brush is really cool. It's a great new feature of Photoshop, but all it's really doing is duplicating an effect that was already there, but it just makes it a bit clearer and more obvious what you're doing with adjustments. So if you want to do it the slightly more old-fashioned way, what you can do is you can go over here and let's just again remove this one. Let's just delete that one. That's all gone. What you can now do is instead you can go to layer and down to new adjustment layer and down there maybe to again hue and saturation. Select that, click OK, and now you've got that. You can modify the whole image. At this point you're thinking, great, I've modified everything. That's not what I want. But you can see what happens over here in the layers. This time you've got white in this. It's the exact same as before, but before when you were using the adjustment brush it was set by default to black. Now what you can do, you can go to edit and fill as long as it's selected. That's the key thing. Go to edit and fill. With that you can then go to black and click OK, and then you're back to your basic image again. You've still got the adjustment here, it's still above here, you've still got the clip in, exactly the same as before. Now what you can do is you can go and use your standard brushes. So let's just go for the brush tool. Instead of using the adjustment brush tool, you can now select again, soft round brush. You've got other options here, blend modes, all those sort of things. And then you can apply exactly the same. So there you are, you've got exactly the same as the adjustment brush. But the adjustment brush is an attempt to make it a lot clearer, a lot more, I think, easier to use. But this is still a great way of applying adjustments if you don't want to use the adjustment brush tool. So what else can you do with the adjustment brush tool? Simply select it and again go for maybe a different one. Let's just go for invert. With invert set you can now go over here and there's an option for selecting the subject or object. So just click that and it will take a few seconds to process when you apply. So see there, it's selected. It's got that selected. Now it doesn't always make a great attempt at it, but you can see as you hover over different parts. Now once you're happy with that, that's what I'm going to go with. So just click and now straight away it's applied this invert effect adjustment to your image. As mentioned, it's not always exact, so if you want, what you need to do is again go up here to the plus, this brush, just select that and then just go back here. And I'm just going to change the brush because at the moment I'm using obviously this dossy one. Let's just go for soft round again and just put it there. And you can obviously see I can also use textures as well, which creates some very interesting adjustment effects using textures. But still, let's just go back, apply soft round, and you can see now as I apply that around there, that applies that invert effect there. Now, so the invert is obviously slightly different than obviously see the sky. So the blue there, let's just undo that. I just want to apply it there just so you can see that it does actually apply the invert adjustment. And of course I can continue maybe fill this area and so on, just a bit there as well. So there is a way of using this brilliant new select objects, really useful feature with the adjustment brush tool. There's also a few other options here. You've got overlay, so you can see you've got an overlay there which matches of course this. Again, you've got here selected, matches exactly that. Personally I find that a distraction, but so I often just remove that. You've also got options for opacity as well as flow. Now you'll notice one thing that's missing here, and that is the blending mode for the adjustment. It's not available here, but you can always go at any point over to the layers. You can see the layer here, as long as it's selected, just click here, and instead of that one, let's just go for probably hard mix. That looks pretty good. Hard mix effect. So exactly the same as before. You've got the adjustment brush here, and you can continue to apply that invert. So there, it's now using, of course, the hard mix blending mode, and you can apply it all the way around there to create some very interesting combinations just by using the blending mode, which of course is not available here but is available here. And also you can modify the opacity, of course. Just like, let's just reduce that down, and that will change obviously the effect. So you might not want so an intense invert, so you can just simply reduce it down maybe to 28 or 29, etc. You can also duplicate this as well. So with this selected, all you need to do is go to layer and duplicate layer and click OK. Both exactly the same. They're using the invert. However, let's just go to this one and I can tweak it. Let's just go to edit and fill. I'm just going to go to set it back to the default, so click OK, and now that's gone. I can now go over here and again I can use the adjustment brush tool. I'm going to select that and apply again on here. Now this time the invert is being applied to, say, the sky part. Maybe over here, just apply it very quickly. As I do that, it's independent of the other one, so you can tweak it. You can apply effects just to that part. You can also modify the settings here. Now the properties, in this case, of course, invert, there's no options. You've only just got the invert. But if it was a different adjustment, maybe black and white, and let's just go and set to black and white. Let's just go and create another one. So invert and black and white. So set that and now apply again. There you can see as I do that, you get the black and white effect on top of those inverts as well. Again, this is independent obviously of the other one. You can see now you got that. You can also, with this selected, you can invert that. Just go to image, adjustments and invert, and that will make the entire image black and white other than the part you've just applied here with the adjustment brush tool. And again, you can still continue to apply there, so you can see now that part is obviously not solely black and white, or maybe apply this part, and again that is not black and white as well. You can combine these in many different ways. Exactly the same as well, you can duplicate this and then layer and duplicate, click OK, and then you can tweak parts independently. So this one you can modify, say the red, let's just change that. You can go to this one and then change that independently of the other one, and so on. So you can create some very weird and wonderful combinations of color changes, all applied locally to certain parts of the image. At any point you can also combine them all into a smart object. Smart object is a great way of storing everything into one single source. So let's just select everything here, so they're all selected. So we need to select everything there, then go to layer and then down here to smart objects and convert to smart object. So select that. Now you've got that all in one. Now if you go over here and use the adjustment brush, you'll notice you can still continue to modify this. So let's just apply it now. I'm just going to go here to, let's just go for threshold this time. Click and apply. And now you can see what happens. The adjustment is applied on top of the smart object. The other stuff, all the various black and white, inverts, etc., are all still untouched and inside that smart object, which you can, if you want to change them at any point, you can always just double click and then edit that smart object. But you can tweak it here and apply more and more adjustments, maybe combine them again into another smart object if you wish. Hope you found this of interest. Any questions about the adjustment brush, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Also, please subscribe to the channel, always adding new videos about Photoshop. Bye.